tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote tuimbe pamoja, kuenzi shikamano hatima yetu. Tujitoe wenyewe kupambana pamoja, uhuru na umoja vitawale. Enyi bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote na tujibidishe kutoa kilicho bora kwa Afrika. Chimbuko la wanadamu, chemchemi ya utamaduni, tumaini letu wakati wa mafarakano. Enyi bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima.
Let us make Africa the tree of life. You are watching us live here at Humans TV Africa. My name is Kato Mukasa, and the studio is Dennis Bongole to do the production. This is Humans TV Africa. It is a registered charity organization. We are registered to do media work throughout the world. We are registered to do media work throughout the world. And as I speak, we have studios in Uganda, we have studios in Kenya, Zambia, Zimbabwe. We have studios in Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and of course UK and the US. And we are growing stronger and stronger, opening up studios and taking information to a people. Remember, we bring you information that you don't normally hear or see on other social media platforms. We are Humans TV Africa, and we want to encourage you to please subscribe to Humans TV Africa, our TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and website in the names Humans TV Africa. Please do subscribe. Our email is right there on your screen, plus our website and of course our WhatsApp number. We exist to share information that is crucial to our development. We exist to dispel myths. We exist to tackle mythology and of course debunk lies, but also empower people into becoming very responsible, very productive citizens. Above all, we are currently showcasing Africa to invite investors to go to Africa, but also to check ourselves as a people in Africa, but also to promote our heritage as a people in Africa. Remember, all of us are Africans in a way. Today is country profiles, and we are handling Nigeria. Country profiles, we are handling Nigeria, one of the biggest countries in the world. Of course, one of the biggest countries in Africa, 32nd biggest countries in the world. And the most populous country in Africa is Nigeria. One of the richest countries in the world is Nigeria. Let us have a look at Nigeria. Now, when you have a look at Nigeria, look at the neighbors of Nigeria right on your map. The neighbors of Nigeria are Benin, Cameroon, Central Africa, Chad, and Niger. Of course, Burkina Faso not so far away there. Now, Nigeria, when you look at the history of Nigeria in terms of size, in terms of population, I've told you that Nigeria, as you can see, sometimes it's called Niger or Niger. Sometimes they call it Niger. The president there is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We shall come to that guy later on. Let us simply look at the slides as they are in order. Now, Nigeria is a country with several states. When you look at that screen, I'll widen it a bit. The producer will bring it to your screen. Let me show you what states are where. In the northern part of Nigeria, we have Kano, we have Katsina, we have Yobe, we have Bon, we have Bauchi, we have Kaduna, not so far away, and of course we are in the Far East. Of course, we have Niger, we have Zamfara, Sokoto up there, and of course we have in the central we have Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, which is Abuja. We have Nasarawa, we have Benue State, Taraba, Plateau, Edo in the south. We have Imo in the south, River State, Delta, Cross River, Ebonyi, Abia, Enugu, Akwa, and Bayelsa. These are states somewhere there. Now you can also see Ondo, Osun, Ogun, and other states. I told you Nigeria is one of the biggest countries in the world and the biggest in Africa. One of those biggest countries in Africa. Remember, the population is over 200 million people with over 1,000 languages spoken right there in Nigeria. Now, when you look at this map, you again seeing where the minerals are being concentrated. If you look at this map, where the minerals are being concentrated. Now, in terms of minerals, I should tell you, Nigeria has all the minerals in the world. You think about it. Nigeria has oil. Nigeria is one of the leading exporters of oil from Africa. It has natural gas, coal, tin, iron ore, limestone, niobium, lead, zinc, and many more minerals. Nigeria is a damn rich country. People wonder, why is it that over 50% of Nigerians are below the poverty line? Yet Nigeria is one of the richest countries in the world. Now look at this map here. This map is showing you the potential of Nigeria in terms of mineral resources and in terms of tribal regional location. Now look at the TV people right there. The Igala, the Edo, the Nupe, the Yoruba, the Benon, the Tarok. My brother Nandip comes from the Tarok. Here I'm giving you the tribal elements of Nigeria. Where are they located? See the Tarok, see the Tiv there, see the Bochi, the Ekoi, the Igbo, right there. The Yoruba, right there, the Ba people, the Clare, the Savudi, and of course the Berom, the Chajai, Taje, Tarok, Momuye, Gaba, Ful, of course the Fulani, the Bassa, the Ondo, the Fang, the Bulu. These are the tribes, the leading tribes of Nigeria, and I'm showing you where they are. They have the Bantu, there are quite many. If you look at that map, the Bantu are quite many in Nigeria. Of course, we have the people of the Southern Volta, of course, with their languages, the Niger Congo with their languages. This map shows you tribes of the people and their languages. The North Volta languages, the Adamawa, the Ubangi, the Guru, the Rubuidi, and all these other people, the Cross River, Platoid, North Bantoid, and others. Now, this one shows you, the map here shows you where the Hausas are, where the Kanuri are, where the Gabaya are, the Tikau, the Taruk, and others, the TV, the Igala, the Igbo, the Edo, and others. It shows you, take a look, where the Yorubas are. Where are the Yorubas in Nigeria? Simply take a look on the map and educate yourself to know, if you go to Nigeria, if you're in this area, this tribe exists right there. Now, again, this other map shows you, again, deeper insights into the tribes and the languages in Nigeria, the Enugu, the Makude. Now, these people here and these states there, the Benin City, where these biggest cities are, the Abuja, Lagos, Benin City, Jeba, Yerwa, Kaduna, Zaria, and all these other places. The Jos, one of those good places when you go to Nigeria. Nyoni, Benue, Gongora, and the others. I'm showing you simply where to look for if you go to Nigeria. And of course, I'm showing you the roadmap towards Nigeria. Now, the major cities of Nigeria are what? Abuja, Kaduna, Kano. Now, in the north, you see Kano and Kaduna. Of course, you see River Niger there passing through. Of course, we see Lake Chad right there. We see Cameroon, and of course, as a country neighboring Nigeria, we see Port Harcourt. as one of those biggest cities in Nigeria. You see Benin City, you see Ibadan, you see Lagos, Kaduna, Abuja. Now, if you go to Nigeria, simply remember Ibadan, Lagos, Benin City, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano. These are cities you should pay this because they're the major ones right there. Now, the principal linguistic groups in Nigeria are what? The Bauchi, as you can see in the map. Where do you find them? Look at Maiduguri right there. Now look at the Bure, other language. Look at Kaduna and Mina. Now look at other areas: Chambo, Edo, Efik Ibo, Ekoi, Gwari, Hausa, and Patele Fulani, Nupemangi, Karunu, Tamberi, Jukoni, Itekuri, Ijo, and Ibo. Main languages in Nigeria. Remember, Nigeria has over 1,000 languages. I'm telling you, over 1,000 languages are spoken in Nigeria. Now it becomes very hard for you to understand this if you are simply going for the first time. But the official language, of course, is English, because this is a British colony, as I've mentioned earlier. Now, population of Nigeria, they have over 218 million people. This country is one of the most populous countries in the world. Nigeria, one of the most populous countries in the world, with a population of 218 million people. Population per kilometer is 236 people. There are so many. Life expectancy in Nigeria is low. Actually, it's very low at 52 years. Life expectancy of females is only 53. For male, it's 52. Birth rate is quite high at 37. Death rate is not that bad at 13. And of course, male-female ratio is 50-49. There are more males compared to females. If I look at my indication period, 50-49, close, right there. Let us look at other facts about Nigeria. Languages, as I told you, major languages here, we're talking about Hausa. Hausa, 24% of people in Nigeria speak Hausa. Yoruba, 18% speak Yoruba. Igbo, 17% speak Igbo. English, 15% speak English. Fula, 5% speak Fula. Fulfude, 5% speak Fulfude. Ibibio, 4% speak Ibibio. Kanuri, 2% speak Kanuri. TV, 2% speak TV, and others. But these are the major languages of Nigeria and how they are spoken right in this populous country of the world. In terms of the religion, it's very interesting. 40% of Nigerians are Christians, but not this. 50% of Nigerians are Muslims. You can imagine. 50% of Nigerians are Muslims, 40% are Christians, and only 10% subscribe to native religions. Let us look at economy. Nigeria's economy, one of the biggest economies in Africa. The GDP of Nigeria is $472 billion US. Exportation earns them 69 billion. Importation actually takes much of their money at 77. You can imagine, Nigeria imports more, spends more money on imports, 77 billion, than on exports. Now that's a problem. Tourism gives Nigeria $265 million US per year. But the death rate of Nigeria is one of the highest at 38% of their GDP. 38% of their GDP is into debt. Unemployment rate in Nigeria is high. 5% going rate, that I'm telling you, is practically more than that, because 50% of youth in Nigeria have no jobs. And of course, unemployment rate among the graduates is even worse in Nigeria. Many graduates in Nigeria don't have jobs. Inflation in Nigeria is high at 18%. And corruption is the worst enemy of Nigerians. Their index is doing too bad in the world. 24. Their index, corruption index of Nigeria, is one of the worst in the world. There are very corrupt people right there governing this country. And of course, the people who are living there, I think many of them are laid down to corruption. I think they've accepted it in a way. Now, according to definition from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, Nigeria is a developing country because of its lower economic performance. You can imagine, it's a developing country because of its lower economic performance. Now, with average annual income of $2,160, Nigeria is one of the lowest middle income countries. You can imagine Nigeria is under the lower middle income countries. Now, compare a country like Botswana, Namibia, and then compare with Nigeria with so much resources, but they are still in lower middle income country status. Why? Because of corruption in Nigeria. Corruption in Nigeria is one of their worst enemies. I should warn you, Alex, corruption in Nigeria is at the highest. Now, Nigeria is considered one of the most dangerous countries worldwide to stay in. Crime rate in Nigeria is also high. Why? Unemployment, poverty. I should warn you, Nigeria is considered as one of the most dangerous countries worldwide because of unemployment, because of insecurity. Yes, they can abduct you, they can kill you anytime. Insecurity is a big threat in Nigeria. Now, having said that, let us look at other facts. Land use in Nigeria, 2%. Urban areas, you can see the land use there, 17,000 kilometers covered there. Agriculture takes much of the land use, which is 78%. And of course, forest covers 24%, and water covers 1% of the land of Nigeria. In terms of transport, railroads cover quite much, 195,000 kilometers there. Railways covers about 3,798 kilometers there. Waterways cover about 8,600 kilometers. And of course, distribution vehicles are 13 million vehicles there. They have about 13 million vehicles as registered vehicles in Nigeria. Let us look at the statistics of Nigeria very, very fast. Now, in terms of development, we look at other indices right here. Important cities in Nigeria. I told you Abuja, the capital, Lagos. Abuja is the capital, which is north central. Right there, it has about 1,600,000 people right there. Lagos, which is actually in the southwest, has 16 million people. Kano, which is the northwest, has 4 million people. Ibadan, which is in the southwest, has about 3 million people. Enugu has 2 million people, which is in the southeast. Benin City has about 1,700,000 people. Owerri, which is in the southeast, has that much. You can look at that indicator. I won't go through it. You can always pause your video and observe Nigeria. Let us move on to other indicators. Now, political indicators in Nigeria, I told you Nigeria is highly unstable in terms of politics. Yes, you can look at that. Indicators, Nigeria is highly unstable in terms of its political terrain. We have seen gunmen, we have seen coups in Nigeria, we have seen gunmen in the north taking over, we have seen abductions. Rule of law in Nigeria is 50-50. We are not so sure whether they are going to get justice in Nigeria. The judicial framework is also very, very weak. Voice of accountability is extremely weak. That's why this country is highly corrupt. Let us continue with other facts about this country. The giant of Africa, a very rich country, but highly corrupt country in Africa. In terms of existing trade agreements, Nigeria is connected to COMESA, Community of Saharan States. Nigeria is part of ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States. Nigeria is part of OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, because Nigeria has oil. It has alliances with the African Union and, of course, non-aligned movement. Nigeria is part of the non-aligned movement. Thank you so much. Let's look at other figures of Nigeria. In terms of wealth, I've told you Nigeria has minerals. Nigeria has minerals you don't normally find elsewhere. If you look at that map, you're going to see Nigeria has natural gas, coal, tin, iron ore, limestone, niobium, lead, zinc, oil, and many others. Let us move on very fast, Dennis. Let's move on very fast. Now, Nigeria, in terms of influence, you see where it is. Sokoto area, Makudi, Enugu, Bakuri, and others. These are key areas where much resources in terms of minerals can be concentrated. Iron ore, gold. Here in this map, I'm showing you, the producer is going to be zooming it more. I'm showing you where is gold. Look at the yellow part. You see where gold is. You see where iron ore is. You see where diamonds are. You see where nickel is. Uranium is in red. You see copper is, gemstone, maca, and others. That map shows you the minerals of Nigeria and exactly where they are located. This country, I told you, is rich. In terms of food, Nigeria has the best food in the world. They have the best food in the world. It has all the foods you know. All the foods you know, you'll find them in Nigeria. As you can see, the plate is full. The plate is full. They have the animals. In terms of culture, these guys are happy people. Nigeria, who beats them? No one beats them in terms of dances. No one beats them when it comes to movies. Nigeria is a great country of culture. They have beautiful women, of course, very beautiful people right there, very active people in terms of culture. They love their culture. They are very aggressive. Yeah, very good women right there. Very beautiful people right there in Nigeria. The country is blessed with a lot of forests. It's blessed with a lot of waterfalls. It is blessed with a lot of natural vegetation. This country is beautiful. Nigeria is an extremely beautiful, wonderful country. It's well built. Some cities, Kaduna, some cities, Abuja, some cities, Lagos, are clearly well built. But of course, the country has also many mosques because many of the people in Nigeria are ultra Christians. Look at Nigeria, look at the scenery, and see how beautiful this country is. The country called Nigeria is a very beautiful country. Remember, 50% of these people are under poverty. 100 million of Nigerians actually live below the poverty line. Despite all the beauty you see there, 100 million of Nigerians live below the poverty line. The country is highly corrupt. The country is highly corrupt. The GDP is quite well up 477 billion by 2022. The country was far rich. But in terms of coverage, in terms of wealth, people actually are very poor in Nigeria because of corruption, because of bad leadership. Remember, Nigeria became independent in 1960. From 1967 to 1970, there was a Biafra War, which raged in the southeast, one of the worst humanitarian disasters of modern times. And after 3 decades of increasingly restrictive military dictatorship, Nigeria has become democratic. Just of recent, from 1999, Nigeria has been more democratic, but Nigeria has faced coups. Remember Sani Abacha and others. Nigeria has been independent since 1st October 1960. There, and of course, regained their independence. Country 15th January 1966. There was the first military coup d'etat which took place in Nigeria, and Nigeria has had 14 presidents. Nigeria has had 14 presidents since it became a republic in about 1963. Nigeria has had 14 presidents. You can see, I'm showing you the maps, I'm showing you the images, I'm showing you the beautiful cities of Nigeria as I tell you the history of Nigeria. Nigeria has one of the best sites in the world. You would go and see all green, very happy people, very hospitable people, and of course, very, very prosperous cities, very beautiful cities right there in Nigeria. Bola Tinubu is one of the presidents, is the president right now in Nigeria. Nigeria grows onions, Nigeria grows rice, Nigeria grows all the foods, papaya, all the foods you think about can be seen in Nigeria. Today, we know that actually Nigeria has all these plantations, the palm oil, all these plantations can be seen in Nigeria. Nigeria is a very rich country. Here in that photo, the people of Biafra, the women of Biafra, stripped naked to demand justice because their husbands, their fathers, their brothers have been taken prisoners. Biafra has been fighting for independence. Those people there in that picture have been protesting. Women stripped naked to protest bad governance in Nigeria. Nigeria is poorly governed. I have no excuse in mentioning that. It's highly corrupt and is purely badly governed. Of course, the beautiful ladies of Nigeria, as you can see, the beautiful people of Nigeria, they are happy people. They love soccer. We know Nigeria as one of the best soccer players, the best football players in the world. Women love Nigeria, men love Nigeria, they love their soccer, they go and support it. Of course, Nigeria has tribes like the Taroko who decorate themselves. They have so many other ways of expressing themselves in Nigeria. And of course, I should tell you, Nigeria's drawback is Islam. Islam has put Nigeria so back that women in Nigeria, especially northern Nigeria, are treated as chattel. I should tell you, I repeat this, women in northern Nigeria are treated as property, as chattel. They have no basic rights because there Islam rules. You can imagine a man having 4 women, all covered, all dressed, all without their rights. And the men in the northern part of Nigeria, many of them who are Muslims, actually don't want to listen to the kind of information I'm giving you because they think that would make their women empowered. No, their women actually not empowered. They are kept like prisoners, as you can see. Yeah, northern Nigeria is also known for radicalism. Actually, they have been banning Christians, killing Christians, including the lynching of Deborah Yakub Samuel, who was lynched in May 2022 in northern Nigeria. Not only Deborah, there have been many other people who have been lynched. Why? Because they are not Muslims. Why? Because they criticize Islam. Mubarak Bala, one of our members, is right now in prison because he dared to criticize Islam. He dared to say, I'm no longer a Muslim, I'm an atheist. And right now, as I speak, it has been 3 years of Mubarak Bala in prison. And we are using this platform to say, free Mubarak Bala, free Mubarak Bala. Nigeria should be a country to respect human rights. And we are saying, stop indoctrinating children in Nigeria. Especially in northern Nigeria, they are teaching children how to be radicals in madrasa schools. Instead of teaching them science, they are teaching them about Allah and worshipping gods. And religion has been a big market in Nigeria. Nigeria has some of the most richest pastors in the world, as you can see them on the screen. These are pulpit bandits of Nigeria, pastorpreneurs. They are the richest in the country. They are the richest pastors in the world. All of them come from where? From Nigeria. They have private jets. They are serving the people that is very poor. Pastors in Nigeria are so rich. Everywhere you go in Nigeria, there is a church. People are poor, people are unemployed. Instead of building factories, building industries, Nigerians are building churches. Nigerians are building mosques. They are poor because they are poor. So Nigeria has potential, but the potential has been abused by bad leadership. It has been abused by corruption. Nigeria has potential. The film industry is booming. The oil industry is booming. There are people like Dangote, one of the richest people in the world. Dangote in Nigeria, they are doing well. But the economy of Nigeria is not affecting the ordinary man and woman of Nigeria because of corruption of Nigerian politics. This is Must TV Africa. We have exposed to you how these countries are. We invite you to go and invest in these countries, but also we call upon leaders in these countries to sign up and serve their nations. Stay tuned and please keep subscribing for this and more on Must TV Africa. See you in the next one.